Okay, so this is working a little bit better than I initially intended. So this is another component for my R-PIP project, which I don't think I've explained, but basically it is a ratcheting mechanism that pulls in these two strings, and it's going to go sort of there in order to tighten down the thing on both sides. The mechanism's a bit janky at the moment, but it'll get there. This is like the first functioning prototype I've got, and I'm just showing it now because it's about to get super glued shut. So the internals are just ratchet with a thing that the paracord can wrap round, and that's then just glued into this undersection. There's a little aluminium pin here just to sort of give this section rigidity. It already has a lot, but it's just to make sure that it doesn't like break apart or anything. And bloop bloop bloop. So the original version of this, which is over here, looked like this, and then it had a hole through there, but that went through this middle section, which would have meant cutting a hole in the aluminium rod, which would have weakened it. Wouldn't have mattered too much, but I didn't want to do that, so I changed to this design, which is two separate strings, which is less strong for the string, but also requires a lot less effort on my part. And yeah, it's got this hinge here, which is, so if you just, so it ratchets it in. There is an issue, which is it doesn't actually there isn't that much that can, like, the actual distance this can go isn't huge. So yeah, you do that, and then bam. It's got a little bit of a problem, which is because it doesn't have like an ejection method. One side bunches up and the other doesn't. But if you just sort of, I can't really show you this to have, but yeah. So we have, you sort of got to pull it on both sides for it to work correctly. But this is a ratcheting mechanism that I designed fully myself. Well, I say, obviously I didn't come up with ratchets, but yeah, it seems to be working. So the next step for this is I need to put, like, I'm building a TPU plate for the underside of it, which will go against my arm because something needs something needs to go against my arm, because currently this is going to be really uncomfortable if it's just directly yeah, but I don't know if you can see it on camera because it's a black string, but it is, yeah, it's working. And then bam. Okay, it comes dislodged quite easily, but yeah, there's been like a couple design iterations on this so far. Actually, right, I'm not going over 5 minutes with this. So the Mark 1, which was this, which had a pin there and a pin there that would swivel on like a pin, and same mechanism as that had the problem of there was no spring mechanism, so it would just sort of jam up, which wasn't great. The first iteration of this design, which was here, but that had the problem of, one, I'd curved this to try and reduce wear, but that meant the teeth didn't grab. And then this bar here is too thick, so it doesn't like pulling up correctly, and it doesn't like flexing down correctly. So that's an ass. And I think otherwise everything is, most parts exist fairly similarly. This top plate is the only other different part, which is that initially it was just going to be glued down, but then I put these like registration teeth on that, which are actually fitting way better than I thought they would, because I sort of initially had them just so it wouldn't like slip back and forth while it was in being glued, but nah, that's real solid actually. So yeah, hopefully this design is good and working, and that's the last time it's going to be open, because now I'm going to stop recording this and I'm going to glue it shut.